So the car that I was in last time was the RCF Fuji Speedway edition. Was the one that I had, which is basically what I think might be. I have a feeling with the IS 500 coming out and taking over this engine, that this will be probably the last rendition of the RCF. I can't
Oh,
see
really?
where I don't know where they're going to go with it afterwards. I mean, if you've got the IS 500 and this, why would you keep it going, kind of thing? I mean, it's
Yeah,
the
that's
IS
true.
500 has the 4 doors, and this has the 2. But why not just call it an IS 500 coupe and just have 2 doors instead, and sort of retire it? But so this is based on the track edition, and then they went a little bit further with this, a little bit more extreme, as you could see, for example, with all the carbon fiber that's on place there. You've got a carbon fiber bonnet, uh, big spoiler, big aero front and back, the roof. Inside, it is a very well set up car. It's a very aggressive car, I will say that, when my picture comes through, hopefully when it works. There it goes.
There it
Look
goes.
at that. It's
I
got
was wondering if I was starting to need glasses there.
I know.
Oh, we do.
Carbon fiber, big 16-inch, I think, Brembos up front, 14-inch Brembos at the back, carbon fiber discs in there. I mean, I really have to say, I can't think enough of this car. I really, really enjoyed it. Retails at $97,000.
Oh boy.
So that's $30,000 more than the standard RCF, and you're only dropping 0.1 second to 60 miles an hour. But I don't really think that's where you're really seeing the benefit. You're seeing the benefit in all the workmanship that goes into this car. The carbon fiber on it was absolutely exquisite. It really puts it up there against the likes of the BMW M4 and the Mercedes AMG C63 is who it's going up against. At this price point, it's significantly higher than those at base level. But as soon as you spec those cars out like this, they get much, much more expensive very, very quickly. So, I mean, this car was well built on the inside, well built on the outside. There was 2 things that I say that I was not particularly a fan of. This car still maintained the Lexus trackpad on the inside, which wasn't ideal, obviously, as we've talked about in the past. It's not one of the big things that the Lexus did well. The gearbox, I also felt wasn't the best for going fast. While you were going around town, the 8-speed automatic transmission was absolutely fantastic, was great. But if you were taking up in the canyons and going exactly to the speed limit, maybe 2 or 3% over the speed limit, it could have done with maybe a DCT transmission would have been a little better for it.
Even at like what was it, Sports Plus mode?
Yeah. I mean, the gearing is designed for the Fuji circuit itself. So the Fuji circuit is a little different to the canyons here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, Fuji circuit's fast. There's a good.
So if you were messing with it and going down, sometimes it'd hold the gears a lot higher than you needed to be in, for example. So it's just the way it was set up. So that's why I thought if it had the DCT, it just would give you that little bit more of a flexibility between the two. But actually being able to stop, I mean, first time ever having carbon fiber brakes. Those carbon discs are incredible. I mean,
well, there's like at least $10,000.
No, that's if you 10,000. It was if you buy the carbon discs on the M4, it was $9,000. But then you needed to buy the upgraded wheel and tire combination package as well, which is another $1,500. So that's, as you said, Sam, 10 grand easily.
Yeah.
But the carbon discs, man, if you want to stop, they stop you. The balance and handling of this car, though, I mean, was exquisite. You just felt so comfortable. It felt so at ease when you were going into the corners. It was perfect. If you didn't want to have the back end go out, you can put a little bit of traction control in there so it keeps you all flat, keeps you pointed. It was great. One thing that Grace really, really liked about this car was one of the buttons in the center console there. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. See if it'll let me do it. One of the buttons there, see that right here underneath the selector there for the Sport Plus, it says launch. So you have launch mode on this car.
Oh.
So that is really great for Grace when she's at the traffic lights. She never likes to be second at the traffic lights. She has an affinity for wanting to be first. So she really liked that because she could press that button and it was very easy to just manipulate what revs you launch at, anywhere from in the 2 to 320, 2000 to 2800 on the rev range. The sweet spot, I'd say, was like 2200. You launched there. I mean, not much was catching it, to be fair. I mean, it was a great setup. And another thing that I really, really liked about it, if we zoom in again and I'll bring it over here, was the carbon fiber weaving on the inside. So this has a red tinge to it that runs cross weave to the carbon fiber weave, which was really classy. I really liked it. I thought it was a really good job of what they were doing. So I even obviously it comes in at $102,000 was the test vehicle, including delivery. There's only going to be 60 of these in the United States.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, really? Wow.
It came with a fancy watch as part of the deal. I mean, I thought it was an exception. I thought it was a really, really good car. I was very sad.
What kind of watch was this?
I think it's like it's a small company based here in Los Angeles that deals with. They do like they've done some work with like Star Wars and they've released them. I think it's M Meister. I think from the top of my head, it was the ones that do the watch.
Okay, yeah. And
So-
the exterior, like the body, what comes in carbon fiber? And
So the front split is all
Obviously, the
carbon
hood.
fiber. Yeah,
The
the
hood.
hood is carbon fiber. The roof,
the roof as well. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the rear, you get
Spoiler,
that wing
the rear diffuser here.
diffuser, right?
It's got some winglets on the side and the front here. That's carbon fiber. It's all actually proper aero, where you've got true air. You've got your coolers in here, and then behind, if you look back here, it's got the pressure things to stop the air pressure behind the brakes to sort of bring the pressure out and push the air through.
Right.
So it was all practical. I mean, it is still a heavy car for a track car, for example. And of course, there's only going to be 60 of these. So I don't know how much of them are going to see track wear. But
Hey, James, 60 of these only in the US or 60 of these worldwide?
it's only a US only car. So there's only
Oh, is
60 of
it?
these.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, you could see why the RCF makes such a good GT3 car when you drive this. That's what I felt most about it. And then that's it versus the regular one. So it really does push it up a level in regards to sportiness and making it a fancier car.
And which colors does it come in?
So it only comes in the two colors. This one here on the left here, the gray was the one that I had the chance to drive as my loaner. And then the white was the other color, the two color options.
The white one looks like the initial, like an updated initial D drift car.
Doesn't
Yeah,
it?
and it's like a matte color as well.
On the side,
So I mean, I really, really did enjoy it. Like I said, even if it comes in at the $102,000, it was a good car.
I like the silver one. Yeah.
God, it almost sounds like you trade your Dodge Ram truck in or Ram truck in for that thing.
I did. I really liked it. The other thing that I really liked as well was on the winglets here, the F for the F Sport. I thought was really cool how that was embossed in there.
On the side.
On the winglets, yeah. So that was in there. So that was kind of cool. Because I've broken it now, but yeah. So you can see it there. There's an F in there, which I thought was kind of cool. Oh, I just thought all the carbon fiber work was exquisite on. I thought the wing was Boy Racer, but it wasn't obnoxious Boy Racer. So I was really into this car.
Yeah, it does look classy. It looks like a race machine, you know. That's by looking at photos.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, this is the kind of one that I'd be happy driving around town. And driving it around town, anything below like 2,200 RPMs, super sedate. But as soon as you press the 2,200 RPM, the loud pedal, it got raucous because it has that obviously very familiar Lexus V8 compared to say the European models that are all turbocharged now. So I thought it was, if you wanted to go with the V8, this is the way to go. I mean, I was very, very sad in handing the keys back to Hugo there at Drive Shop to make it go away. It was very, very sad indeed.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just love how Toyota's continuing to create, all these sports models from small ones to, V8s, they're the rumors of the Corolla that, GR that we talked about earlier. And then you have these Lexuses with, V8s that are, that's awesome.
Yeah, and so the fun thing was, is as silly as it may sound, I drove this round on eco mode while I was in town, and then when I went out for a proper drive in the canyons, I went into Sport Plus mode to sort of balance it out and to make it fair.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do, James.
I know. I mean, some
Yeah.
auto journalists just keep it on Sport Plus mode the whole time, Sam Matani, but that's not me.
So in town,
Why,
when you're just
why
like,
would you even have an eco mode on this car? That's what I said. That's all right.
well, if you're just like driving to the neighborhood supermarket, you don't want to be like obnoxious or.
Then take your Mercedes or your Cadillac or something. You know?
I mean, it drops the sound down, so I could certainly understand why. I mean,
But
you've
it's,
got
it's hard to have this as your only car, you know.
but yeah, I mean, I was into this car a lot. I thought it was great. I'd be like,
Sounds
yeah,
like
I'd
it,
take
man.
that one.
Wow.
I thought the wheels looked nice compared to some of the other Lexus where they have like the shiny chrome ones, which I'm not really a fan of. So I thought the black BBS forged wheels were like really on point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was all about it.
Yeah. That great silver one looks really nice.
Mhm.
All right, Taro, let's keep it moving. What you got nothing?
No,